Hello, welcome back to Math Vibes. In this video, we're going to look at ratios and we're going to use real life examples to explain what ratios are and how we use ratios in real life to make understanding easy. So I'm going to use these two pictures to explain how we can apply ratios in real life or how we use ratios in real life. So from the first video, this is a group of four friends that went to the restaurant, and then after eating the bill came and the bill was two let's say the bill came and it was £200. So it means this group of friends have to split the bill into four equal parts. So let's name them. So first person as A, friend B, friend C, and then friend D. And they have to split the bill into four equal parts. So if you want to write that in a ratio form, that would be 1. And we write ratio using the column. So we use the column to write ratio. So 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. So that is the ratio of the parts each person is supposed to pay for the 200 bills. Let's look at a situation where D, being a good friend, says, I want to pay for A and B. So friend D decides to pay for A and B. And so if you want to write down the ratio of how many parts D would pay, it means D will end up paying 3 parts because she's going to pay hers. She'll pay that for friend A and she'll also pay that for friend B. So she ends up paying 3 parts. And then C will pay his part, so it's going to be C is to D. So C ends up paying 1 part, and then D ends up paying 3 parts. And this is a practical example of ratios. We use this quite often. If you go out with your friends and to eat at the restaurant and you want to split bill, it's literally doing ratios there. All right, let's look at the second example. So with the second example, we have two friends. Let's give them a name. So friend A, we can call friend A Ann, and then friend B Joey. So if Ann and Joey works in a cleaning company and they get a contract to clean 20 windows and they get paid £160 for cleaning 20 windows, and Ann cleans 8 windows, Joey cleans 12 windows. If you want to write that as a ratio, it's going to be 8 colon or 8 ratio of 12. So this means Ann cleans 8 windows, Joey cleans 12 windows. And if they are sharing the money, obviously the person who cleaned the most windows is going to get the most amounts. Now let's have a look at simplifying ratios. Simplifying ratios is just like simplifying fractions. Let's look at the first example. If we have 4 ratio of 20. So if you want to simplify 4 ratio of 20, you think of a number that can go into 4 and 20. So that same number going into 4, same number going into 20. And that number can be 2. 2 can go into 4 and 20, so 2 goes here 2 times, and then 2 goes into 20 10 times. Now this is not simplified because we can still get a number that can go into 2 and 10, and that number is still 2. 2 goes into 2 1 time, and 2 goes into 10 5 times, and so this becomes our simplified ratio 1:5. So very easy. If you understand simplifying fractions, you can use the same understanding to work out simplifying ratios. Let's look at the second example. If we have 15 ratio of 100. So if you simplify this, same rule, you're going to have to think of a number that can go into 15 and 100, and that number is 5. 5 goes into 15 3 times, and then 5 goes into 100 20 times. Now, once you have this, you ask yourself, is there any number that can go into 3 and 20? And there is no whole number that can go into 20 and 30 and into 20 and 3. And so you leave it like that. And that's the simplified form. We're looking at how to express ratios as a fraction. So, example 1, if we have ratio of 5 is to 13, so let's name this as apples. So 5 apples and 13 bananas. So if you want to find the fraction of the ratio for apples, so that will be the part of apples, which is 5 over the total. So the total, if you add 5 to 30, you get 18, and that is the fraction of apple, the ratio for apple. And then same thing for bananas. If you want to write the ratio of bananas as a fraction, it's going to be 13 out of the total. Let's look at another example. If we have 8 is to 12, 8, let's say 8 pound is to 12 pound, and that is for Anne. B is for Joey. If you want to write down the fraction of the part of Anne, that's going to be 8 out of 8 pound out of what? 20 pound, or 8 pound over 20 pound. Same applies to Joey. If you want to find the fraction or express the part of Joey as a fraction, is going to be 12 pound over 20. I'm going to look at finding shared parts of ratios using the example there. I'm going to use 3 steps in finding the shared parts of ratios. There are different ways we can, find this, but using this step is just straight on. It gives you your straight answer, and most ratio questions come in a calculator exam. So once it comes, if you have your calculator, it's easy to work it out. So we have A, D, T. So when it comes to ratio A, D, T, and A means add, D means divide, and then T means times. So add, divide, times. What do we add? So from this question, Tom and Sean are window cleaners. Tom cleans 7 windows and Sean cleans 5 windows. So first of all, your ratio is 7 is to 5. And who is cleaning 7? From the question is T, Tom, and then S, Sean is cleaning 5 windows. So first of all, your first step, you're going to have to add the ratios. If you add the ratios, 7 plus 5 gives you 12. So it means they end up cleaning 12 windows in total. And the second step, you're going to have to divide the amount that they are getting, which is 24. Altogether, they earn 24 pounds. So you divide 24 by the number of windows they clean to get how much the rate is for cleaning just one window, and that is going to give you £2. This is where I want us to pay attention. A lot of times I've seen students do this with division. I've seen students write this as 12 divided by 24. If you write this, if you put this on the calculator, it's going to give you 0.5, which is wrong. So you always have to divide the amount first, the amount in the question first, divided by the total ratio. So if you do it this way, and this is quite common, a lot of students tend to make this mistake. Make sure you take note of this. Whenever you're writing the division for ratios, the amount comes first, divided by the total ratio. And the last step means times. So if you're timesing, you times whatever one part is by each of the ratio, or the number of windows each person cleaned. So £2, since every window you clean is £2, times the number of windows Tom cleaned, and that will give you 14. to get the other share, you can simply take £14 from the total amount you're getting, or you can go on to multiply the same amount by this next ratio, which is 5, and that will give you 10. And so once you have this, if you add these two, it gives you back the total amount. So this is how we find parts of ratios. It's very easy and straightforward. I'm going to make another video doing some more practice questions on ratio. I hope this helps. If it helps, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you share this. See you in the next video.